To a major story we're tracking today, a scandal sweeping up current and former members of the Knox County Sheriff's Office. Almost a dozen veteran deputies face criminal charges. And joining us to explain the indictment made public today and what's next is 10 News anchor Shay Smith. Shay.
John, that's right. Investigators with both the FBI and the TBI are calling this a theft conspiracy. 11 current and former members of the Knox County Sheriff's Office face serious charges carrying jail time if they are convicted. The group is accused of using public tax dollars or county equipment for personal gain. Investigators say the crimes happened between 2010 and 2018. The investigation says the total theft tops more than $300,000. Investigators say the crimes range from using county-owned vehicles, personal use, to using a sheriff's office credit card to buy construction equipment, electronics, and hunting gear. Again, here are some of the names of people facing state charges. They include 10 current and former deputies and 1 civilian. The list includes some of the highest ranking members in the sheriff's department. We heard from an attorney for one of the suspects about the charges his client is facing.
He actually retired in 2016, so the myriad of allegations that have occurred post his retirement, he simply cannot be held accountable for, nor would he have any knowledge of them.
Now, ahead of the public release from investigators today, we reported a statement last night from current Knox County Sheriff Tom Spangler about this investigation. The sheriff assured the public that he will cooperate and that these indictments appear to be tied to a years-long investigation that predates his election as sheriff in 2018. Now, we reached out to Sheriff-elect Brent Gibson today about the charges. He is due to take over the office in September, but as of this newscast, we have not heard back from him yet. Now, here are a few specifics from the indictment and prosecutors outlining certain crimes. It accuses Mike Kidd of using an office credit card to buy a camera system, one installed by an employee, Lake Lowry, while on duty. Also on duty, the indictment says Lake Lowry, John Hopkins, and Tim Isaacs helped build a gazebo and finish home repairs. Also on county time, suspects finished other home improvements, built a duck blind, added a pool liner, and restored a 1972 Ford truck. Now, it's important to understand these are state charges, but they are linked to a years-long federal investigation. In that case, one former Knox County deputy pleaded guilty. He is supposed to learn his sentencing this summer. For background on federal case, though, here is veteran investigative reporter John North in a conversation earlier today with 10 News anchor Robin Wilhoit.
So the United States government via the FBI began investigating around 2019 or 2020 perhaps the operation of the drug unit under David Henderson, and he had of course a squad. He had a staff of people that worked there under him. What the government found was that Henderson was letting happen things like spending drug money on things that had nothing to do with drug investigation. The government says David Henderson has a fondness for Apple electronics and ordered or had directed the purchase of a number of Apple electronics.
Now, the state case will develop over the next few weeks and months. WBIR legal analyst Don Bosch offered a look at what's ahead.
I think the state case is probably going to take 12 to 18 months to come to conclusion, or largely to conclusion. Really depends on whether there were any preliminary negotiations on some of the parties, some of the things going on. My sense is there was not, but it's going to be an interesting ride because 2 of the 4 sheriff's candidates, both losing candidates, were named in this state indictment. These are Class A felonies carrying mandatory jail time, 15 to 25 years. So these are very serious charges that are going to be difficult for some people to stay out of jail if they are convicted. Remember, they're presumed innocent as we sit here right now.
Now, you can read our full coverage of all of the people named in that indictment today and the full indictment itself right now at WBIR.com. John.
Smith with the very latest tonight.